Welcome to my channel. Today's post is from a user. This isn't my usual type of content, but I can't stop thinking about it. I've never posted here before, but I really need advice. I'm a 30-year-old guy. A couple weeks ago, I decided I wanted to do something special for my wife. We've been married for 6 years now. Life's been a bit routine lately. Kids, work, bills, repeat. I thought we needed a break, something intimate, something just for us. So I planned a surprise night out. I called my parents, who live about an hour and a half away, and asked if the kids could stay with them for the weekend. They happily agreed. Everything was falling into place. I made dinner reservations at a place she's always wanted to try. And I even mapped out a few bars nearby so we could grab drinks and laugh like we used to before life got heavy. I left the house early, around 8:30 in the morning. The plan was simple: drop the kids off and come right back, get dressed, and surprise her. I didn't tell her any of this. I wanted it to feel spontaneous, like old times. But things didn't go the way I planned. I was back before 12:30. It was strange because the streets were quiet, but I immediately noticed a truck parked in front of our house. It wasn't familiar. At first, I brushed it off. Could be a neighbor's guest, but something in my gut, something didn't sit right. So I parked a few houses away and walked the rest of the distance. I thought maybe I could sneak in through the basement door and surprise her, maybe catch her watching Netflix or napping. But as soon as I stepped inside, I froze. I heard noises. Not regular background noise, but very specific, unmistakable sounds. At first I thought she was alone, maybe having some personal time. I didn't want to embarrass her, so I quietly backed up, ready to walk back to the car and make a normal entrance through the garage. Then, I heard a man's voice. That one sound changed my life in an instant. I can't explain the feeling properly. My chest was tight. My hands trembled. My ears were ringing, and yet I could hear everything. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. But I did none of those things. Instead, I moved. Slowly, quietly, I crept up the basement stairs. I didn't want to believe what I already knew. The door to the kitchen was slightly open. The house smelled like candles, vanilla or lavender or something soft. Something completely out of place for what was happening. The living room was just around the corner. I couldn't see them directly, but I could hear them. I did something I never thought I would do. I pulled out my phone, opened the camera, reached my hand just around the wall and hit record. There they were, my wife, and a man I had never seen in my life. Shirtless, laughing, doing things I won't describe. I just stood there, recording. Frozen. I think I dissociated. Honestly, I didn't cry. I didn't get angry. I didn't even breathe. I just stared at my phone screen like I wasn't even there. It lasted 4 minutes. She laughed. He whispered something. She told him they had time. Plenty of time. And suggested going to the bedroom. She kissed him, stood up, and walked upstairs. He followed. I stayed in the kitchen. I noticed his pants on the floor. His wallet had fallen out. I'd picked it up, snapped a picture of his license, his name, his address. A part of me wanted to confront him, her, both. But something deeper told me not yet. I left the same way I entered. When I got back to my car, I broke. I cried harder than I ever had in my life. I felt pathetic, humiliated, betrayed, and still, I opened my phone and rewatched the video. I had to confirm I hadn't imagined it. I had to make sure. That was the first time I watched it. It wasn't the last. I sat in the car for almost an hour. I couldn't go back to my parents. How could I face them? How could I explain that I dropped off the kids so I could surprise their daughter-in-law, only to catch her with someone else? Eventually, I made a decision. I'd go in like nothing happened, like I had just gotten home. I pulled into the driveway, opened the garage slowly, and made as much noise as I could. I slammed the car door, banged my keys on the counter, gave her time. When she came down, she was flushed, not from the heat, not from the bath she claimed she was about to take. She acted surprised, asked why I was home so early. She smiled too much, poured me a glass of wine, said we should pre-game before the night out. I didn't say much. I couldn't. She led me to the living room, sat on my lap, kissed me like nothing happened. I could see movement from the corner of my eye, the man sneaking back down into the basement. I watched the top of his head disappear down the steps. My wife kissed my neck, undid my shirt. I let it happen. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to pretend. Maybe I wanted to take something back. Maybe I just didn't want to feel alone in that moment. But afterward, when I was alone in the bathroom, I looked at myself in the mirror and felt like a stranger. Since then, I've watched the video over and over, at least 10 times a day. Sometimes more. I tell myself it's so I don't forget. Sometimes I think I'm punishing myself. Other times, I don't know why I do it. She knows something is off. She's asked me multiple times if I'm okay. I always lie. Say I'm tired. Say I'm stressed. She holds my hand like she cares. Kisses me goodnight like nothing happened. But I can't unsee it. I sleep beside her knowing the truth. Eat dinner with her, laugh with her, all while knowing what I saw. I've looked the guy up. I know where he works. I know his social media. I haven't confronted either of them. I don't know if I ever will. Some nights I wonder if I'll ever be able to stop watching the video. I don't cry anymore when I see it. I just go numb, like I'm watching someone else's life. Some tragic story of a man who loved too much and never saw it coming. But it's mine, and I can't look away. Am I cooked for being weak? Someone give me an advice.